TNN Trap News Network. We back in the same. Like, good cracking the same, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge, though. You can't get nobody's college, though. Big dog, tap in with the tap in. When you tap in with that tap in, you feel me? You feel me? Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, and make sure you hit that good subscribe button, man. Tap in with the tap in. You feel me? You feel me? Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that like, comment, hit that subscribe button. All that with you, bam. Notification bell at the top. Hit all say tap in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. That's right. TNN Trap News Network. TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college, though. Big dog, tap in with that tap in. And make sure you tap in with that tap in. And make sure you tap in all the way with that good tap in. You feel me? You feel me? We finna jump into this content, man. But before we do, big shout out to the homegirl Yazzers. But before we get into that, 20,000 subscribers on this page, you'll get away $100. 10,000 subscribers on a new page, you'll get away $100. But shout out to the homegirl Yazzers, man. And I want to say this. I'm giving y'all good content. Shout out to the homegirl Yazzers. She do her big one. You feel me? I promise you, you copy and paste, cut. Rich Trapper Mafia. Watch she start copying Yaz. I watch. I set the trends. Yazzers, you welcome in advance for every YouTuber after this that's finna go to your page and do the same thing that I'm doing. You welcome. We set the trends. Come on, bro. This is a fact. At this point, we're not gonna act like Trap News Network isn't the blueprint to what these niggas is doing in our YouTube space. You feel me? It is what it is. As far as reaction channels and news you can use, and now that you can't get nobody's college, you can hate me, you can love me, you can feel whatever you want to feel. It doesn't change the fact. I set the trend. Everybody's finna copy what I'm doing. Yazzers, make sure y'all follow the homegirl. YAZZERZ_87. Yazzers, YAZZERZ_LA. Make sure you follow both of her pages to get this good content, this good news you can use, this good knowledge-ito you ain't finna get in nobody's college-ito.
Positive for the platform while it was happening, and it's still open doors
right here
for the platform.
Regrets meeting someone like with? Do you regret that?
Wait, this one. Boom. Okay, boom.
All right. Is this true or not? It's a picture with Lil Pump getting head, and it's like a screenshot. I mean, like you selfie mode.
It's like we had a girl pretend to give him head, and I filmed it, and she was not giving him head.
Oh, okay.
But
I thought that was real.
As if she was, as a joke, and then that
so
was.
they talking about the video of Adam 22 allegedly filming a girl while Lil Pump was getting some sloppy yoppy.
Was it? And then that, like, nobody cared when it came out. Everybody like thought it was funny or whatever, and then like 5 years later, people started digging into that and trying to act like I was really filming him fucking.
That was one of my big stances. I was like, if you around Pump while you getting head, that's crazy.
I never even seen his dick. I don't even know what his dick would look like.
I've never even seen his meat. I don't know what his meat looks like. It's absolutely Barnacalius.
And me and him, we rebuilt the bridge. Like we've been talking a bunch and shit. So it's like I feel like at a certain point he just wanted to jump out the window and say the craziest shit he could about me. And then when I talked to him, I realized, because like I was always confused about it. I'm like, I feel like I never really spoke about you disrespectfully. And then it ended up that he was just pissed about like the No Jumper Instagram account putting out like narratives about him, talking about him falling off or whatever. So like, you know, I'd be forgetting about that shit. I met Rick Ross a couple months ago, and he was kind of not 100% fucking with me from the vibe I was feeling. And like somebody in my group chat was like, well, like, there are like 10 posts on the No Jumper Instagram like over the last like couple months about
that can make Rick Ross not want to deal with you. That possibly can make Rick Ross not want to with you.
Rick Ross, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good point. He probably would care about that, huh? I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the Pump situation for me was like I was like that was crazy. If that was a real thing, that was like one of the things I always gave you.
No, I feel you. That was rough because he kind of like. I didn't even really know he was. Oh, I guess I know he was mad at me. He like said something to me before that, but then that was like in the middle of all that shit when they left the channel and I was getting canceled.
Yeah.
And he just sort of said, "Fuck it," and he just jumped in on it. Actually, you just made me remember what the fuck happened to the Lefty Gunplay Lil Pump collab? Because I was supposed to meet up with him when he was out here a couple months ago, and they shot that video one of the nights, and I remember him being like very surprised that I was trying to go to bed by midnight. But
shit. Yeah, shout out Pump, shout out Lefty, man. But yeah, that was def one of them, man, for sure.
He changed his life. He's got a very positive life now. He don't do drugs or anything. Whenever I talk to him, it's crazy.
Nah, do you regret meeting someone like with? Do you regret that?
All right, this is part 2 right here.
For him going in different directions, like it's kind of hard to even think about. Before 2020, we weren't really even like super tapped into like talking to all these LA artists and stuff. So it's kind of like when you get a host, even take somebody like Sharp, if we want to just talk about people who are kind of outside you guys' friend group or whatever, it's like Sharp grew the platform, brought in all these views, then when he leaves, it fucks up some relationships with like the people who are closer to him and not with me. But it's like ultimately it still feels like it's for the best because, you know, I got to work on like making the transition smoother because like that sharp shit even like it didn't have to get as intense as it did. You know, I could have very easily like, pulled back and not said every single thing that I had privately thought about him over the years.
Do you think that type shit make people scared to come fuck with you on some shit? Because like a lot of the fallouts you have.
Now, that's a big thing. When you have these things that you say to a person after y'all fall out, and it's like just a onslaught of insults and harsh realities and, you know what I'm saying, this and that and blah, 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 and wooty bam. And it's like, Adam just said it, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to say everything that, you know, I have been saying in my mind over the years to this dude and wooty bam, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, dog, like, you really didn't have to say that. Like, that wasn't necessarily the biggest, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? That definitely didn't need to go all the way in. And it's making it clear that that's how you genuinely felt about the dude. So, you know, a person with anger or a person under the influence tells no lies.
Have with your ex co-host, it do look like that.
Yeah, I mean, because even like you look at the comment section on the 4Extra shit, and it's like, oh, we already know how this is gonna end. We already know you guys are gonna fall out in a couple months, and I have to like.
Did you think about that though, like a 4Extra type nigga?
I have to like warn him. I have to be like, yo, listen, this is what all these people are gonna say.
Yeah.
This is what all the comments are gonna say. I just want you to know I fuck with you, and like we're building something here and everything. And it's like I don't have any ill intentions for you. I have positive intentions for you, 100%, just like the way with everybody else. And if it ends up going left or it doesn't work out in the long run, like, let's just, you know, keep.
Adam was like, look, man, I don't want to beef with the 4Extras. I'll get into it with a lot of you, but that's probably one of the ones I don't want to just have an immediate problem with and all that kind of stuff. Let's keep everything copacetic as much as possible between us and Mr. Extras.
Level heads about it and keep it cool because I'm not going to fucking disrespect you or turn this into something it ain't, you know?
No, for sure. I feel that. But, all right, so what's your favorite era of No Jumper?
See, that's the funny thing is that people always say like, oh, there was this era and this era was good and then everything after that sucks. But it's like 2016 era was like SoundCloud rap era where, you know, we were having.
That was an instrumental era right there.
That was the illest in a lot of ways because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But we had like X, Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, Lil Yachty, Ian Khan.
It's crazy how those people all ended up being joints. God bless the dead X. Adam was one of the first people to really have XXXTentacion all over his platform. That's very true. 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 It's crazy to see where these dudes go though, how the situation ends up. But that was a time, and nobody realized that it would be. Nobody realized at the moment it would end up. That's crazy how history works. You don't realize you're making history. You only realize you've made history once you've already made it years later.
Fucking Suicide Boys, like that whole world, and it was like it seemed really small at that time, so that was the ill era. And then 2017 we go to Melrose, all of a sudden you got like actual famous people popping into the store on a daily basis, and that was sick as fuck, and like just all kinds of crazy shit going on in that. Then I feel like the sort of like 2019 era was like sort of weak because we like got a different space, but we hadn't really like developed more hosts and stuff. We're still doing interviews, it's cool, but it's not great. Then 2020 AD comes on, and that was cool. That was like a breath of new air. All of a sudden, we got a host that the people actually fuck with, and that was a lot.
Is it safe to say that AD saved No Jumper? It might be safe to say. Once upon a time, AD saved No Jumper. That might be a fair statement. That might be a fair statement. Fair to say in my smack voice.
A lot of fun, and then like T-Rail comes in, Duno comes in, then you got like the disconnected shit with House Phone and Blasey and all that shit. So like that era definitely kind of stands out to me as being like the era that people want us to recreate in a lot of ways. Just because even though like I feel like our hosts now might go more viral with somebody like Brick or WACK or 4Extras or whatever, it's like at that time it felt like a very organic friend group. You know?
The AD era.
The AD, T-Rail, Duno, that whole era just kind of felt very organic.
Do you be missing that era?
Yeah, I miss that era, but I also feel like it feels like that kind of for me now too, with people like, you know, me and Lush and Brick and fucking, you know, obviously like Brick and WACK can't even be around each other and shit, but now we got 4Extras and Brick cool again. And it does feel like a very like real friend group now, but then also I feel like at that time it just felt different because it was like we could do podcasts.
Yeah, the camaraderie was very different. It wasn't no beef amongst people. I don't like him, I don't like them, blah blah blah. Everybody got along with each other. It was a cohesive space. It was a good move. It was a good vibe. You know what I'm saying? Now no jumper staff get into it. You can't have WACK around Brick. You can't have 4X's around Munchie B. It's a lot of division. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of division. It worked so much cleaner when everybody was on the same page. And I'm not saying that it's not working clean now. It's just working a different type of clean. You know what I'm saying? But it just worked cleaner, in my opinion, when everybody was on the same page.
And nobody would complain if me and Housefund and AD sat there and talked about some bullshit, just joked around for hours and hours. You know, whereas now it's like people want topics. They want, you know, it's like now, like when I see the comments when we talk about dicks and vaginas and fucking drugs and shit for the first like 40 minutes where it's like, I don't know. It does feel different. Podcasting has changed in general too. Like the standard was so much lower in 2020. Like you could just have a bunch of homies hanging out, and it kind of felt more acceptable. Even now, I see you got a list. Everybody have a topic list. Like nobody wants to hear you just.
It's like 2 days in. Like the second time ever using this stuff. I don't never.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's like
yeah, that is like for
sure. Like this era right now, when you fast forward, people are gonna be like,
You ain't even know it was there.
You ain't even
I
seen
ain't
that.
never seen that in my life.
I literally just got that.
So this is the second
swear to
episode
God.
we had it up there.
I got a question though.
Positive.
All right, man. So we up out here to the next one. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. Get into that good content, man. We up out here to the next one. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's free. Avenue Angel Tweets free. We gone.